Cross the street. I have trouble crossing the street. Oh, I didn't see that car moving there. Oh my god. I'm scared, but don't need any help.
Andy is having one horrible week after the other. First, last week Andy got mad because he wasn't able to talk to children or have them in his room. Now this week, Andy is crashing out that his caregivers are not doing what they're supposed to. That being, taking care of him, giving him all the hours that he needs. Andy's true colors are finally peeking through, and the Erie healthcare system is now seeing what every other healthcare system, that being in New York, Tonawanda, Cleveland, Ohio, have seen, that Andy is a faker. He will do everything in his power to make sure that his ass gets wiped and put into diapers because he is a diaper fetish, faking autistic man. Let's get into the video. Before we get into the videos, we have a very important update on Andy. He has deleted Andy's weather site off of YouTube, so he has nuked every single video, every single post off of YouTube. I know a lot of people that were archiving have just linked most of his videos instead of just like recording them and archiving them. So it kind of sucks because half of the things on Andy are now gone, especially some of his newer videos. There's not a lot of videos that I can go over or show today because Andy nuked everything. With all of that out of the way, first video on Andy that we are going to watch is Andy spurging out. Andy says that Sybil, one of the royal workers, was supposed to stay and help care for him until 10 o'clock at night. Well, Sybil says, no, I was told by Guan that I needed to leave, that I could not stay here. And Andy calls up Royal and goes, hey, what are you guys doing? Sybil's supposed to stay here. She said she would stay until 10 o'clock to do my needs, be a nurse, be my caregiver. Well, Royal was like, Andy, she can't do that. She was told to leave. That's her time. She's clocked out for the day. Andy didn't like that. But it also came to light that Andy does not get 86 hours like he claimed. This is either 86 hours of Andy and his roommate or just Andy minus the roommate. I'm not sure how the hours work per se, but I did see that he claimed that he was supposed to get 86 hours. Well, that was not true. Andy is only supposed to get 56 hours of this care time, which is a frickin' waste. Other people can be using that really need it, not this faker. Well, Andy has a meltdown with his dad on the phone over this. Now, remember, Andy says that he doesn't like swear words. Andy was playing with these minors on Roblox, on other games. Andy told them not to swear at him, or swear in general, because Andy doesn't like swearing. Well, as you will see in Andy's crash out, he does use some derogatory terms pointed at some of the royal workers, mainly the women there. And his dad just has enough because Andy was spurging out to his dad, and his dad was like, Andy, I can't do this. I'm done. A nice little basic pause at the end where Andy is just fuming, but he's saying no words.
He wants to know why Sybil was sent home. He doesn't have anybody to work to help him.
Sybil was afraid. Andrew had a tantrum.
Because you took her away from
me. She was to leave at 7 o'clock today. Usually she leaves at 10. And I'm not sure if she had something to do today or
no,
why
she was working
early,
at 10 and you took her away.
Caregivers are allowed to leave early if they need to.
You took her away from me, and that's why I got upset.
He doesn't help the situation, just Andy interprets it wrong. I told him I got to go home or do something early or whatever.
Yeah.
And he refused to help me and say, don't want to help me, Dad. I'm sending them home every single day this week, and Andy is making sure that they don't help me anymore.
She got to tell him to go play on his computer.
No, Dad, I need all my diaper and my medicines and food, and they won't help me with shower to keep me in a wet diaper all day.
Andy, it's really hard to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They keep me in a diaper all day, that wet and piss and shit, and they refuse me help. They won't even take my pills.
Yeah, but Andy, a person has allowed to go home early if they have to.
Dad, she didn't have to go home. She was mad. She was trying to ask this bitch right here on the phone to... But then this bitch right here was told by Sybil she wanted to stay to 10, and she said that it was Quano change day, and she wanted help me. And Sybil asked that lady, Teresa, that you go to keep her to 10, like she was supposed to. And they wouldn't let her stay.
Andy, the way you're talking, you sound very violent.
Because they keep changing things and taking away my care.
Andy, I don't care. You can do without me. Do it for now. You put it nighttime.
Dad, I don't want any more help. If they keep helping me, I'm going to keep doing this because I don't want to work with them anymore. And you just believe them instead of believing me.
You gotta get over the phone doesn't work that much.
But then you won't believe me. You believe some fucking cunt who lied about what she said.
Goodbye, Andy. Goodbye.
Can you read what Sybil texted me and Dad? That not true. Quan told me to leave at 6:35 because they didn't want to pay overtime. Quan told me to leave Andrew at 6:35. I didn't say anything. Quan called me, told me to leave. I am not scared to work with you. I come tomorrow. They didn't want to pay me overtime that why. Andrew, I told you Quan told me to leave at 6:35. I text her back, Sybil, why would your boss lie about saying you left as he was scared and I'm dangerous to kids and caregiver and I force you to wipe my butt and help me take a shower and help me change my diaper when wet and help me take my pills as I don't need that help. Jamie tells me this all the time. Jamie RN, and your boss tells me you only say what I want to hear to keep peace. Why would they be lying? Just like Dad tells Roel, I don't need diapers and used to do computer repair and no diapers and no help needed when you know I need help use a screwdriver and step by step. I am very good with computers, even with my limitations. Dad told Royal I can cook and clean and throw a fit only when I don't get people to cater and wipe my ass for me. Why would Jamie at RN lie about Dad saying this?
Now we can see Andy Ditch's true colors coming through. This is what he does after every single healthcare place, worker, hospital gets Andy's number. They don't want to do something because they know Andy can do it, or Andy is requesting stuff that is not attainable for these healthcare workers to do for him, or anything like that. Andy's father is just at his wit's end with this poop squatch, being pulled into everything that Andy has to do because Andy is complaining, Andy is being a nuisance to these workers, requesting things that he knows he can't request. Poor Tom has to come in and has to be the mediator and has to tell Andy, look man, this person left for the day. They can't do anything for you. They're not supposed to. People can leave work. And Andy just doesn't want to hear it. And Tom has to just hang up on him and just let Andy just sulk at this point. And Royal is done with Andy's escapades as well because they did discharge him. Andy demanded to be discharged, but Jamie did state in one of the crash out videos that they will be canceling his services due to the fact that he violated TOS. Now, the TOS that he violated was aggression, violent outburst. He also doxed staff members, and PA is a two-party recording state. He never had gained permission to upload, let alone record their conversations. If you notice in the last 3 recordings that he had done when talking with Jamie and other healthcare workers, he started the recording by saying, I am recording this because my autism, because I don't understand good. Which that statement does not help him legally or anything that I could find to be able to record and upload the videos to his YouTube channel. Now, Andy is not kicked out of the street right away. It seems that Andy does have at least 25 days plus due to the fact he did pay his rent for this month, so he is still able to live at the house, but once those 25 days plus are over, Andy will be out on the street. So Andy did record a video up to his Andy's weather site before he nuked it of him crossing the street and pretending to be scared while crossing the street. The funny part about this video is that Andy does stop for the cars. Now, Andy claims that he doesn't know and he'll get hit by cars because he doesn't know to stop, but you can clearly see him stop in this video when a whole bunch of cars started to move and turn his direction. The other thing that is a little shocking is that Andy was saying after he crossed the street, he had a stranger pay for some bread, for some other grocery items, because Andy didn't get access to his money, so he had to have this poor stranger pay for some things that he needs.
To get hit by the car. I forced some stranger to pay for the bread, peanut butter, and jelly and water because your dad, who is my payee, refused to let me use my money for food. I want to be an adult and not need help. So I'm told by everyone I don't need help and choose to sit and piss and poop and not take care of myself. So here pay for my death and injuries as I don't know how to do these things. It can't be self-harm because I chose to be autism and stupid and have tics and fake and be a damn girl to people who refuse me food, medications, dry bed, clean.
Go across the street. I have trouble across the street, but I just put my phone on camera. Please. Oh, I don't see that car moving there. But oh my God, I'm scared, but don't need any help. Crossing the street, doing exactly what Edward says I don't need help with. Then I'm going to sleep on a sidewalk somewhere. Make Dad and everyone happy. Just go. Here. No. Uh-oh! I'm scared! I'm scared. I'm not getting help on Nico Street. That's why I need help. Stay out of traffic. But I didn't get hurt. But I'm sorry, I need help crossing streets. I don't want to get hurt. People don't think I deserve help crossing the street.
Andy walking up to the car and then saying, "I'm scared," when the car moves away is just so hilarious. Also, him standing in the middle of the road waiting for all the cars to pass by and then proceeding to walk with a couple seconds before saying, "I'm scared and I don't know what to do," but clearly knowing what to do, how to cross, and everything like that. Let's get into Joe's response about Andy talking with these children, playing games with them, and just giving his opinion. Now, Joe will stand by his brother saying, like, I didn't know about this, I don't know anything about this, but it just shows that the other Ditch members are really trying to protect Andy. Now, I do feel bad for Joe because, yes, people are asking about Andy, and he really does not care about Andy, and he does say that, "I don't know anything going on. That is between Andy, his caretaker, and my dad, not me. I'm trying to stay out of this."
I mean, relax. These videos, I haven't seen them. Someone tried giving me a link, but if I don't see it, how am I supposed to judge what's happening? Like I said, as long as he's being appropriate and not being inappropriate. And I thought you guys meant that he's playing on the internet. One person's, he's at his house, and that kid's at their house playing games. And they're just talking through a microphone. That's fine, because, kids also play Call of Duty. They play all sorts of games when they're younger. And so does adults. I'll say it time and time again, it's up to the adult, it's up to the parent to keep an eye on what their children does. I really don't want to talk about my brother. I'm feeling like I have to defend him here because he's in a different place. I don't know what's going on. The only people that know what's going on are my brother, his worker, and of course, whoever he's hanging out with. And it seems like the worker's keeping a really good eye on him when he's with their child. And, when he's calling us and he's around, who is he around, we remind him that he's got to be good. I need you guys to chill out a little bit until I get the chance to see this video. Like I said, he was all right with his cousins, his younger cousins, his cousins' children. And never had an issue with them. I'm not there. I don't know what's going on. Didn't see the video. Is it appropriate for him to hang out with little children? No. Especially if it's children that's not his, no. Is it appropriate for anyone who is older, like us, to hang out with children like that? No. See your point. He made comments to me when we were younger, but he seems to be all right now with children.
Joe did mention that Andy did have some pedophilic comments about children in the past, so it does raise concerns and why people have valid points. Now, I understand Joe is a family member, so he is going to protect Andy, so is his dad, so they're going to say that, like, hey, it's fine. I do appreciate that Joe said, should adults have any kind of connection with children? No, so that is good that, Joe's not saying, well, Andy should have these kids there. He's kind of dancing around the point of saying, like, I see your points and I understand it's very valid, but Andy is my brother. Now let's get into some post comments and other things that Andy has been up to. Now, it has been shown that people have been going to Royal's website and making comments saying how wonderful they were and saying that they are Andy Ditch's friends, posting pictures of him, 5-star reviews to Royal. And then Andy makes another post talking about the Andy Ditch subreddit, which is the bane of Andy's existence. See, Andy doesn't like that people are drawing pictures of him, having their own opinions about Andy, then mentioning that law enforcement doesn't take any of these people serious, even though they're being mean to him online. And Andy just doesn't like to be called a pedophile. He doesn't like to be called out for faking. And then he goes on to say that this is all Royal's fault and the other professionals' fault for not believing him. Then Andy says at the end of this that he wants to break his tablet so he doesn't have access to Reddit or YouTube because it's hurting him and professional healthcare providers don't want to listen to him anymore and are believing strangers online. And then Nicole, which was one of Andy's caregivers that Andy just had wrapped around his finger because she gave in to every single request that Andy did. She posted it onto Facebook of how grateful she was for how far she came, her wonderful family that she's been blessed with. Then Andy would post underneath this saying that, Nicole, you helped me use my drugs, you helped me do all of this, kind of stealing the spotlight away from her. He praises her, but then also says, it's all about me. That is all the Andy updates that I have right now. It is going to be really interesting to see where he goes from here because he nuked his YouTube. We know he's still on Reddit. And we know he still has his Facebook, so I wonder if Facebook is going to be the way that we track down the poop squatch, or is he going to open up another YouTube? Time will tell, due to the fact that he has to go find another place to live at, so this will all be interesting in the upcoming weeks in the poop squatch saga. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.